Episode 145 of Fresh Off the Mats. Here with the Jiu-Jitsu Joes.
No.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 145 of Fresh Off the Mats with the Jiu-Jitsu Joes. Brother.
When in doubt, pinky out.
Apparently that means like you have to clap.
What?
That wasn't like a fancy thing. That was to let people know that you have STDs. I don't know if that's true. It's an internet thing I
I
saw.
thought it was when you drink tea in England.
We got the internet.
Isn't that not a tea thing?
I heard it was. I mean, we learned. I mean, SpongeBob is where I first saw the whole pinky out thing for fanciness, and then
Maybe it was mine too.
yeah, like that. That's the thing. That's where I first heard about it, and then I just saw something on the internet that actually meant that they had to clap. But who knows if it's real? Is it true that if
Clap.
you
Clap one time. Clap.
pinky
Clap,
out,
clap 2 times. Clap. Clap, clap 3 times.
let's see.
Oh, this is taking too long. Oh, can you figure it out?
It was a brief or legend in the past that extending the pinky finger, particularly when holding a cup of tea, was a discreet signal among courtiers, particularly during the time of Louis XIV in France, to indicate they were suffering from a sexually transmitted disease like syphilis.
Hey, I got a question. They're called Louis XIV, right?
Yeah.
That's because every male has been a Louis?
Like it should be the same name.
So, like,
Is it
Louis
supposed to
XIII is Louis XIV's father?
Yeah.
Well, if you have 2 kids, do they go like 15, 16?
No, they give them a different name. They get a different one. The firstborn gets the name. Yeah.
Louis.
But I think there was like
Louis,
times in history where like
Louis.
the older brother died, so then they switched the kid to continue the lineage.
How many kids do you think died back in the day during childhood? It had to be a lot.
It was a lot. That's where like apparently why the mortality rate is thought to be low when in reality people lived not to the 80s and hundreds like now,
Yeah.
but they lived pretty old.
Because they're taking them into account.
Yeah, you have to count the infant deaths. So because not a lot of kids were making it,
They
it
should go
lowers it
past the age of 3 or 4.
to actually start counting.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
'Cause
thing.
you don't
Well,
wanna count
that was
when-
the thing is once they made it, if they lived, I think it was like the first year or two, if they made it past that, you were basically going to live. Like
Yeah.
something is going to either like a massive disease is going to wipe you out or something. But
I hate when people are like, if you had a time machine, where would you go back to? Never. Never. It was never good. Think of how people smelled back in medieval times. dude.
fans,
It probably smelled just like MagicCon this last weekend. To be honest, I only had 2 instances where I walked past people. I was like, oh, that's like, I
It's
smelled.
bad.
Yeah.
and you don't smell. That's the thing.
Yeah. So you know it was really bad.
So I can't actually trust your gathering. Nope,
True,
I can't trust your
true.
data on this.
Yeah.
yeah,
True.
bro.
Probably everyone smelled like shit, and it was
You're
just,
just 2 bad ones where it was like, bro,
Yeah.
I can't smell. You hurt my nose.
Yeah. Freaking
But
wild.
that was the thing, you know, like when you see in TV shows and all that, like the fanning, it wasn't because they were hot. It's to dispel the smell.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know
It's
that.
because like if you just sit here and they didn't have
just
deodorant,
reeks.
cologne, yeah, you just reek. So the servants would sit there and fan you.
Who
to
was the
keep the smell
first
away.
person to make soap? Like, who was the
I think-
first
wasn't
one?
it the French?
Was it?
I'm just like, isn't that why
Like, there
they're-
had to be the
I know
first
they
person to be
big on
like,
cologne, but I don't
hey,
know.
put this bar between your cheeks and scrub.
First, maybe the Romans, Egyptians, Babylonians,
shit.
and Sumerians. Yeah, as early as 2800 BCE.
They made soap.
Yeah, soap-like substances were discovered. These early soaps were made by combining animal fats or plant oils. And I know they used to do like rose baths, so like they would do like the milk bath with rosebuds and stuff like that to like give them a smell. But that was only for like the thing is though, this was only like royalty that had it. It wasn't dispersed out.
Bro, you were honestly, you were a real one if you went down on somebody in medieval times. Bro,
Like when you watch
Think
these shows like
about
Game
it,
of Thrones
dude.
and all that, and they do that, I'm like, they wouldn't.
they would not. You'd be like, "Ugh, ugh." Bro, there's
Bro,
no
did
way.
you hear like how Egyptians, you know, like early condoms would be like goat intestine?
Wait, they had condoms back then?
Yeah, hold up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What would they do? Like tie the end of an intestine
condom.
off? Jesus, dude. Egyptian
What's
condoms
the earliest?
for your pleasure.
I think that's for anyone's pleasure.
God damn.
As around 1000 BC, records indicating the use of oiled silk paper.
What?
Use paper? They were trying,
A
bro.
paper
They were
condom?
trying, bro. They tried. Linen sheets, leather.
Leather on your dick?
Oh, bro. Or thin hollow horn as external condoms.
What the hell? A horn? How would that feel good for you as the dude?
How'd that feel good for anyone? Jesus Christ.
Bro, Egyptians were freaks, bro.
Charles Goodyear in the 19th century discovered the vulcanized rubber in 1839, which led to the mass production of rubber condoms. Then latex condoms came around the 1930s.
Damn.
Intestines, bladders, linen from animals in ancient Egypt and Rome.
Use this linen condom. It has a 40% success rate of not getting you pregnant. You just should pull out at that point. Pulling out was way better.
Seriously, dog.
Yeah.
It's like you had a better opportunity.
You had a better chance of pulling out.
And it wasn't painful, bro.
Yeah. Oh my God. Linen on your dick, bro.
Leather?
Leather on your dick?
I don't know, dude. We looked up that whole rubber suit thing. I don't even know anymore. They probably liked it. Who fucking knows, dude?
It's true. Bunch of freaks.
They were like, goat nut or fucking goat intestine? Yeah, put that around. They loved it.
Bro, who was the first psychopath to be like, let's hollow out goat intestines and let me roll it onto my dick? That just seems unhygienic from the start.
No one
bro.
questioned. They were like, yeah, that seems like that would work. Let's do it.
I'm going to put my most precious thing I own inside goat intestines. Like, I feel like naturally that's wrong. That should be a no-brainer.
You know the thing, what I love about history, but it's also just funny to think about, like, it's guessing, right? It's like, obviously there's like records of things like that, but like there's a certain point where it's like, we can only assume.
Yeah,
unless like someone wrote this down and was like, we used goat intestines
yeah,
for
I was just going to
condoms.
say,
Like,
how do they know that goat intestine was used? Who wrote that down somewhere?
Probably someone wrote it down. Who
What
knows?
hieroglyphic shows them slicing open a goat and rolling the fucking thing on their dick?
I mean, they fucking had their gods and people mixed with animals and all that. So you think it was that far?
Yeah.
People in modern day fuck goats, dude. You think it's that far?
What up, Greeks? Greeks and freaks.
So, you know, like going back to 1000 BC is not unrealistic, bro. It's just, they used to wash their clothes in urine.
Oh my God.
You didn't know that? It was to clean their clothes because they believed it would be hygienic to be able to clean their clothes in urine. Romans would do it all the time. Rome smelled like straight piss and shit.
R. Kelly would have fucking been in heaven.
That's why they had to make the whole, like, that's what led to the plumbing system. Like, they were like, bro, we can't just have shit and piss everywhere. We need this.
Bro, the smell of urine is so terrible. I can't imagine soaking my clothes in it and just being like, I'm going to put it on my body now. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Can you imagine being downriver?
Oh, you just see a turd like whack you in the face.
Just what the fuck, bro? It's just terrible.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's gross, dude.
Yeah, don't go back in time. Going back in time would be
the worst. I want to see how the pyramids were made. Yeah, you also want to like not have SPF 1000 with you. You're gonna fry, my dude.
We don't have AC,
bro.
I went to Europe. I was mad as shit.
Yeah, I was outside in Vegas for an hour.
None of y'all got AC in this bitch. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
You just let us cook, bro.
No. People aren't supposed to be in the desert.
No,
we're made of 90% water. That shit don't.
Like I see what was it? I forget which country it is, but they have like the wind towers. It was somewhere in the Middle East, but that's how they helped cool themselves down. They figured out how to build towers that collect wind, and all that wind collects inside, and then it cools you down. It's like natural AC just sitting you. But I'm like, how about you just don't live there?
Yeah.
Why?
Just leave, bro. Just leave.
Conquer someone, bro.
All those people in Vegas, just leave, bro. You don't have to be there.
I don't understand modern day living in it. Like back in the day, sure, whatever, you found your tribe.
And you know what's crazy?
You decided to?
Homeless people that live there. I'm like, bro, start walking. Just leave, bro.
Nothing is holding you here, bro.
Bro, you being homeless in California has got to be way better than being homeless in fucking Vegas where it's dry. You look like a fucking worm on the side of the road.
How long do you think it would take to walk from Vegas to, like, let's say San Diego? I feel like that's on the same level.
Day?
I don't know. No, dude.
2 days?
How long to walk from
What's the
Vegas
nearest state that's not a desert?
San Diego.
We're Googling all this shit.
126 hours.
What is that? They got nothing better to do. Make a road trip a foot trip out of it.
It's 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days.
So in a week.
In a week,
you could be on the beach, bro.
Yeah. And don't tell me you guys can't scrap together $20 and fetch a Greyhound. Like, for real. For real. You buy meth, bro. You buy meth and crack.
So that's what, and I'm ignorant on this, like with homelessness, like Can't you just buy like a motel?
What do
Like,
you mean, buy a
like if you
motel?
go, like to go stay for a night or something to shower up, like, or do they like refuse?
Yeah.
Like, can't you do cash? I don't know.
No, I'm sure
I'm
you
ignorant of this.
can.
I haven't talked to like a homeless person or
I'm
anything.
sure you
to
can,
figure
but I
out.
think at that point in their mind, they're just like, I'm homeless. I'd
Just
rather
stay
keep
here?
this $60 than to spend one night in a hotel to shower because then I'm going to burn through my $60. They'd rather spend on drugs. It's a sickness, bro. They're mentally ill.
That's true. What was your plan? Put them in a whole other state?
Bro, we dedicate one state like New Mexico. Who the fuck lives in New Mexico, bro? Who the fuck? What is there in New Mexico? Do they even have a football team or a baseball team? Do they have any teams? They have nothing in New Mexico. You dedicate New Mexico to a homeless, I don't want to use the word encampment, but community. You give them free shelter.
With barbed wire fences and a
No,
closed gate.
no. We make it luxurious. We make it nice for them. But you put
But
all the
with security guards.
you create 1,000, 2,000 like
Cells.
apartment complexes with locked doors that you need to scan in, scan
And
out.
they're fed 3 times a day with a daily shower
But
allowance.
wouldn't it be better if we created that for them and we said if they see you're homeless in New York, they give you a bus ticket, you have to go to New
Yeah, we send
Mexico?
them to prison.
Huh?
Prison.
No, but prison's harsh. Like this is like a community where they could learn to build skills. They could go outside. Like they would live a much happier life.
Would be dope.
You
New
can't tell
Mexico
me it'd be worse.
has no professional teams. It has a
Because nobody
professional
wants to
soccer
be
team.
there, bro.
No, it has a professional soccer
Oh,
team.
okay, soccer. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, the majority of the world.
No, nobody cares outside the United States.
It's
Yeah, bro.
more so everyone cares except the United States.
I think we dedicate a state. I really do. I strongly believe this is a good
What is
idea. Instead of sending money overseas, we pull together our funds and we create a incentivized program to get people back on their feet. And we create like, bro, what is this? What am I looking at?
That's their population.
2 million. Type in what's the population of homeless people in the United States on average.
Population.
We could easily send all these homeless people to these luxurious condos in New Mexico. It's a one-time thing, and they get incentivized for programs and rehabilitation. They make license plates.
Estimation on a single night is estimated to be 771,480 people experiencing homelessness.
Oh my God, not even 1 million. We could cure homelessness, bro. Not even 1 million.
And make New Mexico have 3 million people.
Yeah. Bro, I'm Joseph Contaminolis, and I'm throwing in my vote for President of the United States 2028. I approve this message. Tell me that's not a
First
great
thing
idea.
I'm doing is an encampment for the homeless.
Not an encampment, sleepaway camp. It's a sleepaway camp.
Forever
for
nap.
homeless.
The forever nap.
You get 3 meals a day. You learn a new skill. We'll have workshops like wood shop and
License plate
welding,
building.
license plate building, welding.
Laundry units.
Oh, laundry. You guys get a free outfit. Bro, we got laundry rooms. You
They're
sleep
kind
in
of
a
like
bed.
scrubs.
You sleep in a bed.
Some of them are made of concrete.
AC. You guys gonna have AC. I promise. We're not gonna send you to New Mexico to die. Bro,
Isn't New Mexico the one with the prison where he makes them wear pink?
is it? I know who you're talking about. I just don't know if it's New
he's
Mexico.
I
I
think
thought it
it's
was
New
Arizona,
Mexico.
but it
Is
might be New Mexico.
It might be Arizona too.
Yeah.
That's also because he makes them
But
like.
dude, think of
like
how
they
good of
stay
an
in
idea
tents or
this
something?
is.
What?
How-
I don't know what you said.
700,000? That's feasible, bro. That's feasible.
That said per night though, so I don't know if that's supposed to be like the yearly. I guess, yeah.
I think it's feasible.
It says the rate of homelessness is approximately 23 people per 10,000.
Even if it's 1 million, let's just round up to 1 million. We could cure 1 million homelessness. How many buildings we would have to build? A city's worth? There's plenty of room in New Mexico. Nobody lives there, bro.
Send it to Wyoming. Wyoming has a population of 586,000.
Perfect. We take one of these shithole states and we just send them there, bro. Nobody's using these states, clearly. You just looked it up. Nobody's using it. Our city in Florida is bigger than Wyoming, bro. Come on. Nobody's using these shithole states.
Hold up. What is the population of Fort Myers?
I think we looked it up before. I think
I
you
don't
said it's in the
remember
million.
population. Is it in the million?
I think I'm pretty sure if I remember.
No way.
Was
No, about 100,000. Which, to be fair, we're about a fifth of the population
you
of
only have
Wyoming
100,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
as of 2023.
Yeah, bro.
But that's
Come
Fort
on.
Myers. Naples, which is usually included with us, has about 20,000, so that's 120. Sarasota's not included with us. I don't know if it. Cape Coral. Damn.
What?
There's no way.
What? What's
Cape Coral's 224,000.
Yeah, bro. Try to fuck with us, Wyoming. Try to fuck
Fort
with
Myers
Southwest
Beach is
Florida.
5,000.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? I don't understand what this was. Oh, that's probably like Fort Myers city limit. But it says the population of Fort Myers in itself is 822,000. We're bigger than the state of Wyoming.
Yeah, fuck with us.
Florida can invade Wyoming.
We can take it over. Kick all those people out, send them to New Mexico, then send the homeless to Wyoming.
Make you homeless to be homeless over there while the new homeless move here.
I'm just trying to solve world problems. I'm just trying to solve world problems. one problem at a time.
822,000. I'm just going to divide it by, what did I say, 570?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how many people. They have to fight 1.5 people. Damn it, that's not enough. We need more.
That's
we
not
need
enough
we need
because half
we
of
need
our
a 3 to
population
1.
is over
But
the age of
actually,
60.
no, my bad. I said the state of Florida. The city of Fort Myers can fight off fucking Wyoming, bro.
Bro, have you ever seen those memes where it divides the country in half, like West Coast versus East Coast, and it's like which side will win? And it's like, bro, we have Florida. We're gonna win every time.
We have
And half
what's
of
the,
Texas.
What's the belt called?
Bible Belt?
Yeah, right. Like, bro, you're fighting a bunch of country boys.
Yeah, there's no way you
And
can
then-
survive.
and
And
then-
New York?
And then I was about to say, if you split it just east and west, we have the violent cities.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
we have a majority.
I
of
like
them.
when they're like, we have LA. I was like, fuck out of here, bitch. If you don't have a fucking matcha drink, you're gonna dehydrate and die. Think we care? We drink hose water on the side. You don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Where's my croissant with my organic boy butter?
You don't have
It's not gonna
humidity.
Yeah.
It's just you have dry heat. Come here.
Yeah.
You'll die in 80 degrees.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why the next Grand Theft Auto is set in Florida, bro. Because they know it's wild as fuck down here.
And like just the ad in itself is
Yeah.
crazy, bro. Actually, this is the second one. 'Cause remember, but yeah, so far they visited every place twice except New York.
Yeah.
Because Vice City was Miami.
No,
It's
New
coming.
York was
Yeah, they only went once.
no. Grand Theft Auto 3 was New York.
Was it?
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3 was New York. New York-ish
I mean, yeah.
is
they're
Liberty
all-
City.
Was it
New
Liberty
York.
City?
Yeah, Liberty City.
Oh, I didn't.
was-
Remember, I didn't.
I don't
think
know
it
the
was Liberty
first
City.
two. I don't know the first two.
The first two were top-down games. I think they were.
They weren't set in like a city. I never played
It wasn't. GTA 3 was the one where it became the first time it was like you're playing your character.
No,
Because
I
before it
know
was
that it was
top-down.
top down,
Yeah,
but
you
they
just
didn't
took
say
a
what
car.
the cities
I don't
were.
think so.
Yeah,
It might have said. It might have said Liberty.
3 was
City.
Liberty City. Then Vice City was Florida. Then what was after Vice City?
It went to.
Didn't they do ones called like Liberty City Stories and Vice City?
Yeah, it was like it
Stories,
was all
like
break.
side
It was
mission
yeah, it
and
was
shit?
side stuff, but San Andreas. So they went out to Cali,
Once.
and then the fifth one was in Cali because it was the expansion.
That's right.
So now coming back to Vice City, and then the whole encompassing area of South Florida, basically,
Yeah.
like they're covering
You know,
half
they,
of the
they
state.
never did anyone in a snowy area. They never did like a Detroit.
5 visited the snow. Remember? Like
Oh, yeah, that one mission.
Yeah, you take the mission out and you're in the snow and all that. So I think that was like their
A
way.
Grand Theft Auto and then like Canada.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Fucking
Or a
Canada.
Grand Theft
That's
Auto
so
in
fucking-
Europe. How have they not done Grand Theft Auto in Europe?
I think that was the whole idea of bringing Nico Bellic. I think they wanted to because then remember they had the Irishman, they had
Yeah.
Nico. So I think that was kind of like the idea is to bring something.
Did you ever play The Getaway?
Uh-uh.
The Getaway was a PlayStation 2 game, which was kind of Grand Theft Auto-ish, but it was set in, I think, double check me. I think it was Ireland.
I was just looking at the population in Canada. 40 million. Bro, hold on. To be fair, all these fucking countries love to talk shit on us, and they don't have anywhere near the population that we
Yeah,
have.
you can't fuck with us.
They like fucking. You guys should be doing what we do.
40
You got
million?
fucking 10% of us, bro.
40
Shut
million
up.
and what? 10 million of them are over the age of like 60? So you got 30 million?
Of just people that
We
can
just send
actually
Orlando to
that
take
can
care of you.
Yeah, that's what I mean, bro.
Yeah.
Like your country is as big as a city
Yeah.
within our country.
And then
Shut
y'all-
up.
And then y'all want to talk some shit.
What was the game?
The Getaway
The Getaway.
for the PS2.
Yes, dude. I saw someone selling an Xbox. I did play this.
Yeah, it was like,
Holy
where
shit!
was it? London
Man,
or something?
London. It was in London. Yeah, I did play
It
this.
was like a Grand Theft Auto
Yeah.
in London.
Oh my god! Wow.
That was another game that I didn't have a memory
Hit and
card
run.
for, and I had to reset it all the
Oh
time.
my god, dude, the memory card. And when like your system finally came with its own memory, you can save on it and not have to worry. Dude. Being around to see the whole grow up of all this tech is really cool.
It was really cool, and you're like, oh my god, the system comes with a memory card. I don't need to buy something.
Remember
Or Game Shark.
remember seeing the first time just like graphics that were amazing, like GTA 3. Have you looked at GTA 3 recently?
Terrible.
It's like playing Roblox, bro.
I'm surprised that hasn't gone to remaster. They keep going back and remastering all these games.
It's because there's a certain limit you can.
That's
because
true.
outside of that, you have to change the
You would
whole
have to
game.
rewrite the
like the
program
whole
stuff.
program. Because remastering is like they change a few textures and things like that. They don't really change. That's why if you go try to play San Andreas, it still looks like the old San Andreas. It's a little updated.
Yeah.
Like instead of just a squiggly line for a bird, you see a bird flap.
Yeah.
But it's nothing major because you have to rewrite the whole code, and they're not.
They
doing that.
redid Resident Evil 2 and 3, and those they had to restart.
But they
from
did the
scratch.
whole. Yeah, they did
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole.
the
redo.
it's a
Like
revamp.
it was a whole revamp.
Would you call it a remaster at that point, or what you call it a revamp? What do you
Well, I
call
don't
it?
know.
I don't know what you call it.
Usually,
but
just everyone says it's a remaster.
it was really good.
All right, guys.
Well, we'll see you guys next week for episode 146. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.